3, 2, 1. Bam. The late adopter. Bam, bam, bam. Bitcoin Daily every... Hi guys, welcome to Bitcoin Daily every single day, 9 AM Central European Time on the dollar, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, right? Not actually because, what's happening in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, but, Bitcoin affects our alts. We wanna know what's happening with alts. That's why we look at Bitcoin and what's happening in Bitcoin. Now, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel because you wanna get these updates. Also, hit the like button because, why wouldn't you support the channel? Hit the notifications button. There are some links below, there are some links on the left, on the right, click something, be a little bit active, How's everybody doing? I'm guessing everybody's doing really nice right now. Had a nice, 4-hourly candle, this not 4 hour, this 1 hourly chart, but had a nice 4-hourly candle yesterday evening. Was watching the candle actually, and I was kind of in disbelief what's happening. It was quite nice, in fact. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. You can see here it first went down, then it had some kind of spring effect, like it boosted towards the upside, like with a million force towards the upside. Also, the markets are looking very optimistic right now, so I'm gonna show you about that. How's everybody doing in the chat? Not a lot of people in here right now. 89 people in here. The central plant always were. What's up, man? What's up? How you doing, man? Badge Guitar Salim is here as well. How you guys doing? Nice. Hoofy 00 up to 88 in 2 days. Yeah, why not, man? Why not? Eketre, hope you are right on ADA. My last position in ADA is in red. Ooh, by the deep. Yeah, so ADA did hit some kind of nice lows down here at 146. It hit, it closed exactly at 146. It was all the way down at 142, but it closed at 146. This was some kind of, you can see here on my chart that, that's the only support I have on the chart. And, that's where ADA hit and closed right above that and bounced a little bit up. But before we go into some kind of altcoins, let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's go to this chart up here and let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. You don't want to hear about Bitcoin to the moon yet, maybe. Ralph is in the chat. Hey man, how you doing? How you doing? So let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. Let's talk about what's happened yesterday and what we've been seeing and what we've been thinking. Now, I gotta admit, guys, I did not know 100% sure what's gonna happen today, and that's mostly because what's gonna because of the COVID variant, because of the Friday dump in the markets, because of some overbought level in the market. So I was a little bit unsure how the markets are gonna react on Monday to the news, right? I wasn't expecting Corona dump like 2020 Corona dump, fear in the market straight down to 50% or something like that. That was nowhere close what I was expecting, because the first time it was a black swan event. Nobody knew about COVID. Everybody was in full panic mode, but now we had like 2 years with COVID, so new variant, it's not gonna dump markets by 50%, like or 30-20%, whatever, right? It's not gonna have that big of effect on the market. I knew already that. I just wanted to know whether the markets are gonna pull back a little bit more, or are they gonna retrace towards the upside a little bit and then pull back at later point in time. So I wanted to know what's gonna happen in markets, and let me show you what happened over here. You can see that Dow Jones dropped down on Friday. This is still Friday, still not open, and S&P 500 also dropped down on Friday as well. Big drops on the downside. You can see here below 10 and 20 moving average. Both of these moves were made, but I want to know what's gonna happen, and I was looking to the S&P 500 futures and Dow Jones futures to see, and you can see here that we right now this is E-mini Dow Jones futures, and you can see here we did dump on Friday, but right now we are already retracing. This opened actually something like 9 hours ago, so you can go to the 1 hour chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours ago. So down here we opened up on the futures on Dow Jones, and we are already up by something 0.72%. We are above 10 and 20 moving average on the 1 hour chart, which is okay. I mean, it's not something to celebrate about. You can see here we are hitting this 10 moving moving average and stuff like that. But you know, it is a little bit more optimistic than you know, going straight on the downside. So futures on the Dow and even on the S&P 500 are opening towards the upside. We are hitting some kind of resistance right now. You know, it always might retrace, but you know, it is very optimistic that we are not going straight down to you know, to the black hole. So yesterday I was actually waiting for this to happen to see which direction Bitcoin is gonna take, but Bitcoin actually started to, you know, pump even before the futures open. So you know, I don't know how people knew. But if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, you know, all the way up here, futures open. But, you know, people already knew ahead of time, all the way down here, you know, it started to pump big time, you know. So when I saw this big pump, I was really unsure whether the pump was real or not. I was really unsure whether the pump was real or not, because the futures has still not opened yet on the market. So I was very unsure what's gonna happen, you know, if this is some kind of fake pump and if we just gonna drop straight down, or what's gonna happen. Also, I read that, you know, Middle Eastern markets, they are open on Sunday, and they were down by like 5% and 4% and 3% in Qatar and Kuwait. So you know, the markets were down on Sunday in these Middle Eastern countries. So I was expecting some kind of, maybe on Monday, you know, we're gonna continue dumping to the downside. And there was some kind of some news articles about, you know, continuation of the markets going towards the downside. But it looks like we are not doing that. It looks like we are going towards the upside, and once markets start opening towards the upside, and I saw that, I'm a lot more confident in this pump right now than I was actually earlier yesterday. So earlier, we had some kind of a spring down here. So let's say a little bit about what's happening in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went into some kind of pennant down here. Now this pennant is created by a fear. It's not a normal, you know, dump pennant where you go pennant and you continue towards the downside. It's not normal pennant. This was like, we are actually going towards the upside, and then, you know, we hit some kind of top, but you know, at the same time, you know, this corona and markets dumped on us. So you know, it was some kind of minor black swan event or pullback by the markets. So this pennant up here is just, you know, market trying to figure out what's gonna happen, and you know, this black swan event, you know, it's not doing much. So right now we are kind of barting up here. This inverse BART, right? So we are kind of barting towards upside right now over here, and you know, markets, you need a little bit time to figure out, you know, whether this you know, corona variant, Omicron or whatever is gonna affect markets that much or not. And it obviously it's not affecting markets that much. So right now this you know, this pennant down here, you know, it started to go to the downside, and we had this very nice support line down here at, what was that, at 53,007. And you can see here, when we broke this triangle over here, we went down, but we did not close below 53.7 down here. We did not close below this level up here. We went down with a big wick, you know, got everybody, you know, full panic mode, scared on the downside, and then, you know, bounced back up. But even in the bounce back up, we bounced back below the triangle, and then we went with the candle inside the triangle. But we are still inside the triangle, and on this candle we went above the triangle, and that was also good. But you know, the next candle just exploded towards the upside, because we broke this you know, final level up here at what was that, at 55,000. And once that's 55,000 broke, you can see how big candle of that was, you know. So we need certain levels to break towards the upside. You know, we need to break, you know, get inside the triangle first, get out of the side triangle. You know, we need to break the high up here, and as soon as that broken, you can see a lot of people started buying right up in. Let's see up here. Yeah, you can see here that, you know, the volume was there, and the volume is also very nice on this move towards the upside. You can see the volume rising towards the upside big time. And right now we are going to some kind of consolidation phase up here, where the volume is going down, which is also nice, because in consolidation phases you do want volume to go down. It is very normal. But you know, the most important thing is that, you know, during the pumps, you want to see volume rising towards the upside, and that's a very nice move. So this is legit move, guys. It is very nice. The markets are up today. I'm still unsure how they are, you know, gonna perform during the day and stuff like that, but you know, we are still below certain lines. You know, we can still go up on the day and stuff like that. But markets are directly correlated with Bitcoin. So how Bitcoin and how markets react, you know, we also wanna, you know, wanna know that, because Bitcoin is definitely gonna be affected by that. Very important levels got broken yesterday with this move, though. Very important levels got broken. You can see on the 1 hourly time frame we are above 200 moving average. Very important. On the 4 hourly time frame we managed to get above 10, 20 and 50 moving average, and this 50 moving average was actually the downtrend line. You can see here we tried to go above here and then failed towards downside. So right now we are again above this 50 moving average for the second time, and hopefully this is gonna stick and we can, you know, bounce from this. So this looks very good, above 50 moving average on the I don't know why I'm clicking this. Okay, whatever. Let's again above the 50 moving average on the 4 hourly time frame. Let's just pull back the moving average above the 50 moving average. This is the 50 moving average, above the 50 moving average again. Very good. And on the daily time frame, guys, we managed to get back above the 10 moving average, which is very nice. So we bounced on this blue line down here. We bounced on the blue line. You can see blue line down here. We bounced on the blue line, and blue line is very important. That's 100 moving average. You can see down here that previously we did held the exact same level down here at 100 moving average, and right now this exact same level is holding once again down here at 100 moving average. And let me just zoom in a little bit. But the pump yesterday's pump was also very nice, because we came above the 10 moving average as well. So there is a lot of very important resistances that got broken yesterday. You know, 4 hourly, 50 moving average, daily 10 moving average. We got out of the triangle, we got above certain highs and stuff like that, and you know, those are all good and nice, and markets are actually, you know, pumping towards the upside. So everybody's super happy, everybody's super nice. Now let's talk about the problems, guys. Let's talk about the problems. Do you want to, can I ape in and not feel suicidal afterwards? I don't know, man. I don't know, not quite sure about that, because right now I'm gonna talk to you about, you know, the bad news. So, you know, there's a lot of good news. It's a nice pump, everything looks nice and smashing towards the upside, but not out of dump yamp. You know, we are not as nice as smash until we are above some kind of 68,000, and even then you are you know, then it's kind of late. Okay, so let's talk about bad news, guys. Let's talk about bad news. And the bad news, you know, we can start by this line down here. You can see this line. Let's go to the 4 hourly. Maybe it's maybe we can get it more legit up here. So you see this line up here, it is some kind of downtrend line. Actually it was this up here, because of these let me just remove the moving average so you can see this a little better. You can see that we are not you know, out of the downtrend yet. See this line down here. Maybe this line can be a little bit adjusted, you know, give or take. It really doesn't matter. It is legit line right now. All right, and it is as very important lines of resistance that has to be broken up here, and we are just coming to that line right now. So we are technically not yet out of the, but wait, there is more. Yeah, wait guys, wait, now the bad news, there is more. So this line up here, we are technically still not out of the dump yet, but it is looking good. This is has a really good chance to actually breaking this resistance up here, breaking the resistance towards the upside and going towards the upside, but we are still not out of the dump. That's very important. The second thing is, let me try to draw something like this up here. This line up here and is also showing that we are not out of the let me use both of the lines. You can see that both of these lines, both this and this line, we are technically not out of the downtrend yet. So, you know, we need to get above some kind of 58,000 level up here, give or take up here. We need to get above 58,500, give or take, to be above these two lines. And once you're above both of these two lines, the downtrend, you know, technically speaking, is broken, and that it cannot be a bear trap, because, you know, we are at the resistance right now. So technically the the downtrend, the technical downtrend is broken above 58.5, and as soon as you get above 58.5, that's when you can feel some kind of relief, at least. But right now we have, you know, nice pump, but we only pump towards a very, very important resistance level, you know, that we have to break. And I would say that 58.5 is that level. Now, there is, and you know, that's the kind of, you know, the bad news, that we are not above a certain very important technical downtrend levels. You can see down here we're still in some kind of downtrend. On a daily time frame, you can see this, you know, very nicely up here. You can see especially this line up here, it is, you know, both of these lines are actually, you know, coming to the very apex up here. So we just need to have a, you know, 2% move towards the upside, and it's gonna be done, guys. 2% move up and you break both of these lines, and once you break both of these lines, it's done. You know, it is 58.2, give or take 58. Like small pump to upside, it's done. And you know, that's all, that's all it's gonna take. That's all it's gonna take. So I'm not looking at some kind of wedge down here or something like that, you know, that other people are looking at, something like that, you know, that we need to break out of. I'm looking at this resistance line up here, and this is the only thing that has to happen for us to be super bullish again. Unfortunately, right now we are just below those levels, just below those levels. It does look good. It does look good. It does, you know, it's not gonna take a lot to pump up here, especially now that we are above the 10 moving average. But if we fail to get up here and, you know, again drop down, you cannot drop down another time back to the 200 moving average. If you drop another time to the 200 moving average, probabilities you're gonna break that on the downside. So, you know, let's not do that, and let's just pump above this 58. This 58.2 up here, maybe give or take. This is 59,000. You know, it's gonna need a small move towards the upside. You can see that 50 moving average, all the moving averages are above 60.8. This cross down here is around 58.2. this on the daily time frame, of course. On the, it's a little bit higher right where we are right now. Today is around 58.3, 58.5, give or take. And these levels needs to be broken. This on the daily time frame, so you can see that we are still not out of the, you know, dump quite yet. And that is the last thing that I want to show you. But wait, there is more. There is one more thing that I want to show you, and that's on the weekly time frame, and that's you know, very bad news. And the very bad news is that we closed below the 10 moving average on the weekly time frame. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you did not manage to hold the level. But you can see this white line, and you can see right now what's happening up here is that we broke on the downside below 10 moving average, this white line, and we opened below it down here. So even up here is around 58.8. So there is a lot of resistance right up here at 58.5, 58.8, 58.2, give or take, you know. Up here, there's a lot of wait. There is a lot of resistance right up there that we need to break to upside. Now, previously we did exactly that. We went down and got a big engulfing candle on the upside above the 10 moving average and pumped. That was nice. We liked that. Down here we also, you know, went below the 10 moving average and then pumped above it, and then we broke back for the second time. That was a failure. So that's the problem. So just because we are below the 10 moving average, it's not very bad, but you know, we need to pump. We definitely, because if we fail to pump on this week above, you know, 58.8, if we fail to above up here around 60,000, if we fail to pump this week and we close below this 10 moving average, I'm gonna be like, amen, oh, what's happening, like, what's happening, you know. So we need to pump, definitely this week we need to pump above 10 moving average. I don't know how. I mean, I know how. It's like 2% towards upside right now. But you know, we need definitely to pump right now and get back right back up above this 10 moving average and continue towards the upside. Previously went almost all the way down to the 20 moving average before we pumped. Just down here we went all the way down to 20 moving average before we pumped. Down here we went pretty close to the 20 moving average, and right now we are, you know, maybe we're trying to pumping up here, and you know, it's not gonna take a long time. But you know, the bearish news is that in fact we are below the 10 moving average. And is there more bad news? Is there more bad news? There's one more thing, but it's not confirmed, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But you know, I'm gonna leave you with you know, the nice thoughts about this 4-hourly candle. The 4-hourly candle, this 4-hourly candle is definitely one of the most beautiful candles that you can get. Still not out of the dump yet. Very close to being out of the dump. We need to go above. What did we say? We need to go above some kind of 58.5 levels, give or take, up here. Those are the levels that we gotta get above, and as soon as we get above those levels, guys, everything's gonna be nice and dandy and sweet and stuff like that. I should have a button for Dodge Daddy. I don't have a button for Dodge Daddy. Okay, guys, any questions? Any questions? Deleted up to, where are you from? Norway. I have 50k. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do either. $50k corresponds really nicely to previous wave tops. I believe it will hold. Then we get to push up. If not, then sell your bags and we go into winter. That's very bearish outlook. After the pump, he's from outer space. What about the dollar strength? The dollar should go down. We think the dollar should go down. Now it is, you know, climbing, you know, holding this 10 moving average up here. You see that we hit some kind of up here, some kind of a... Let me put this down in here, or we can just pull down. You can see that the dollar got pushed down to 10 moving average down here. Push down to 10 moving average, and it is trying to hold this 10 moving average. Now we are not very interested in what's happening on the daily time frame, although let's see the divergence up here. There is no divergence. That this actually looks quite good, and it can actually pump more. You can see here I was actually thinking that this is gonna be some kind of you know, shooting star, and then we're gonna get some kind of pull to the downside, but it looks like it's just pumping towards the upside still. So maybe it's gonna go all the way up to 98 or something like that. I really don't know. But the target, this inverse head and shoulders target up here, it is getting hit right now. It is getting hit right now up here at 96, 97 levels. The question is, will it go down from 96, 97, or will it go all the way up to 98 and then bounce there? What's so important about 98? 98 is the trend line, which is very important level, very important level to break as well. So it is a very important resistance up here at 97 as well. So you know, these levels did get hit already. Right now maybe, you know, we are going something like this before we get to consolidation, or we just might continue towards the upside. Either way, it is still pumping towards the upside, so it's not the best outlook for Bitcoin if it's inversely correlated, of course. Tia, look at ETH head and shoulders on the 4-hourly. That's interesting. Let's go look at ETH head and shoulders on the 4-hourly. Don't mind the line. The line got broken on the downside. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Let's see. Did you say inverse, or just wait before traditional mark open before enter? Traditional marks are already open on the futures. You know, it just, you know, people like, you know, you and me that are waiting for, you know, normal trading that open. But, you know, futures are already open. We already know that they are up. So there's that, at least the way I see it. Where did he say that? It seems we get filled today before pump. I don't get that. Implied rate hike. Wait, the bit is dominance. Showing bullish divergence on the 4-hourly. Where did I just read this thing about ETH? Yeah, look at ETH head and shoulders on the 4-hourly. Okay, ETH head and shoulders on the 4-hourly. Head and shoulders. You mean this head and shoulders up here? Okay, so it's it is some kind of head and shoulders up here. But you still need this pullback back down to some kind of 3.8 levels. We already know if you go below these levels on the downside down here. If you go below these levels on the downside, you're gonna drop either way. You don't need any kind of pattern. Like you cannot break these levels down on the downside, right? You break, you know, 4K on the downside, you're done, right? You don't need any kind of pattern to tell you that. But yeah, definitely looks like might be some kind of pattern up here. But you know, you can also say that about this. Wait. Nah, I don't know. Some kind of expanding channel up here. Right now, I should go up to some kind of 4.5 or 4.6, maybe. Maybe there's some kind of expanding channel up here, a little bit different pattern than other patterns. Maybe something like this. Give or take, give or take. This line looks like, yeah, this is a very nice line. Do you see the line? Do you see? You can see these weak bottoms up here, and this up here. So there is some kind of line going up here. Let's draw the line. I like nice lines, and when I see the nice line, you know, I get excited. I get excited, very excited. Let's see if this line is actually legit or not. Yeah, this line is legit. You can see that the downtrend is getting broken right now again, just like Bitcoin is breaking some kind of downtrend up here. This line is legit, guys. This line is very legit. Let's see this on the daily time frame. Maybe it looks a little better. Yeah, it looks actually pretty legit up here. There's this line as well up here, so we might be seeing some kind of 4,800 for if this continues towards upside 4,800 or something like that. This is engulfing candle, so you can this is also engulfing candle. This actually, yeah, this line actually looks legit. You might be saying, hey man, how can you draw through the lines? I can draw through the lines. You cannot draw through the lines. I can draw through the lines because I know which lines. How can you draw through the candles? You cannot draw through the candles. I can draw through the candles because I know which candles and you can draw through and which candles you cannot draw through. BTC 1 hour, would that be considered a bull flag? 1 hour on BTC consider a bull flag? There's a lot of numbers up here, so let's not go into that. 1 hour bull flag, yeah, I mean sure, yeah, but it's too early because you don't have any kind of pattern up here. You might look at it something like this up here on a 15-minute chart. So you got something happening up here, definitely some kind of you know, some kind of maybe, but it's small time frames. It's small time frames because on big time frames you got like 5 candles, you know. So it's too early to call at least 2 bottoms, at least 2 bottoms, at least 2 tops or something like that. So this up line goes something like this. Maybe if we get some kind of bottom down here, then you can call you know, some kind of bull flag. Now yeah, let's assume there is a bull flag up here. That means that from the bottom to the top, this candle should, you know, if this is a bull flag, should get us some 61, 62 levels up here, right? At least that's the idea. That's the idea. At least, you know, some kind of 61, you know, 61, 62 k up here. If it's a bull flag, you know, but it's assumption. It's a long shot, you know, and you know, don't do assumptions that are too early, you know. When you get a almost full pattern, you know, forming, when you get almost full pattern forming, right? That's you know, something like this up here. When you get almost full pattern forming, then you can say, okay, this is almost full pattern. So, you know, bottom down here, if it goes down here, and we can long it. If it breaks, you can, you know, it might go towards the upside. Then it can, but it's not full pattern yet. You know, it's still a little bit too early. I was here. 4 hour inverse Bart posted it on Twitter 3 days ago. 4 hour, yeah, inverse Bart, yeah, it did play out, man. It did play out. The monthly bearish divergence might have already played out. No, monthly, yeah, that's the last thing I want to say, but I didn't say anything. But you know, the monthly, where is it? We got monthly bearish divergence on the RSI, but it's too early to call this close. You know, we gotta close the candle, and we still got 2 days. If these 2 days goes above, what's that? If we close above 61.3 within 2 days, there is no divergence, guys. There is no divergence up here. So right now we have divergence, but if we close this candle above 61.3. Within how many days do we have left? We got 2 days left. In 2 days, if you can close above 61.3, let me do it list. If we can close above 61.3 in 2 days, there is literally no divergence on the chart, guys. There is no divergence on the chart. I know people are saying there's divergence, but the number one, it's unconfirmed because the candle is not closed yet. Number two, this can also be a green candle, and then there is literally no divergence. Yeah, I mean there is still divergence, but it's unconfirmed divergence, and you still need two red candles actually to get the divergence going on. And by then, after you get two red candles, it's already played out. So then we can also pump towards the upside again. But 2 days to get into red. 2 days. Magnus, recent pump is okay, but let's also keep optical our prediction of dump to 10k in consideration. The guy is no joke, and I've seen his numbers come to reality incoming. May and September crash to 30 and 40k. I think he's a joke. I think he's a joke. He's pulling. People do what people want to do, and they have their own predictions, and the guy is doing, the Fibonacci rings and a lot of stuff, a lot of hopium going up there. So if he gets it right, he gets it right. But I don't think any 10k is any kind of realistic target. That's kind of hopey. That's like when people are saying, "Are we going down to 1k?" When we were at 20k in 2017, it never came. Like we came down to 4k. So 20k is more realistic as a down target. 10k is not. I don't think so. 63k this week, it might be. Have done. Oh, of course Koinski is gonna smash the like button, man. He always smashes the like button. He always smashes the like button. So the divergence on the monthly is not done yet, and we can still get above 61.3. It's not gonna be that hard above 61.3. Like that's right up here. If you do a move above 61.3 and close up there, you broke this one, you broke that one, you broke everything above 61.3. We are bullish. Above 61.3, I'm gonna be like, hey man, Lambo factory. Where can I order my Lambo? So do I. TLI, he's a perma bear. Always always wrong. Gets excited on the healthy retracement. You also do. You don't do Fibonacci circles, man. You don't do Fibonacci circles. Fibonacci, everybody use Fibonacci, that's fine, but you don't do Fibonacci circles. And time stuff. So yeah, it does look nice, guys. It does look nice. Now I gotta tell you guys, I went and bought myself a lot of work last week. I paid a lot of money, and bought myself a bunch of work. So what did I do? I bought IKEA furniture. So I bought myself work. So I gotta end the stream. I gotta go downstairs and put up the furniture. Kids are in school and kindergarten, and the third one is gonna get sent to the grandma and granddad. So gotta do the hard work right now. Okay. Now Fib Zero for noobs. Yeah, Fib circles, man. So. Thanks for watching, guys. I do think the pump is legit. We are not out of the dump yet. We still got a little bit more to go. A little bit more. Like we said, like there is it's so close. It's so close to be very nice. It's so close to be very nice. But let's do this on the 4-hourly up here. It should be actually. Yeah. It's so close to be very nice. Yeah, give or take. It's so close to be very, very nice. It's very, very close, but we are not quite there yet. But nice pump. Markets are in green. The future markets are already open. S&P 500. Where is it? S&P 500. Open towards the upside. Futures also. The Dow Jones open towards the upside. This is the 4-hourly, so right now getting kicked a little bit down by the 10 moving average. But that's how these things work. We just gotta, two big pump towards the upside. The markets did open towards the upside. Everything looks nice. We need to break a little bit more to upside, to feel, big bullishness. But the pump is legit. Everything is good. Everything is nice. We are no longer down here at some kind of 53 levels. We are at 57 levels right now. So, you know, back where we were up here in this, you know, whatever you want to call it, this triangle pattern. Maybe this was some kind of bear trap on the downside. The BART is definitely really nice. So these BARTs happen in some kind of you know, black swan events and stuff like that, you know, dump to the downside, dump to the upside and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, it was nice to have a Bitcoin daily. Marks looks okay. We're gonna see how they actually perform, you know, during the day and during the next days. You know, you do not want to go back down there, okay? Just remember, you don't want to go back down there. You want to go back up here. Right now we are sitting at resistance, so some kind of consolidation might happen here before we actually pump. You know, a little bit down, a little bit up. You know, you can see these moving averages need to come back to, you know, come back to us up here and then, you know, push us towards the upside. So it might take a little while, you know, a day or two or something like that, and then we'll see how this is gonna go. He's wrong so many times, Chaco. Looks good on retracements, but exactly what they are. Yeah, have fun building. Laters Coinskid, laters everybody. Martin Johan, Bacho, Michael Altcoin, Salim, Batch Guitar, Bjornar was also here. Sasha, Welko, everybody. All the green names, thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I love the green names. You know, tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 AM Central European Time, we're gonna do Bitcoin Daily and see what's happening in Bitcoin. Thanks for joining, guys. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. I'm gonna go and do the work, do the hard work.